Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Rhoda, and this video is really special because I'm going to be talking about spirit guides and just sharing some tips, some wisdom on how to best build your connection with your spirit guide. And I'm also going to be sharing a little bit about my experience, which I've never done before. And I'm excited to just share this information with you and to let you know a little bit about the things that I have been through, like the journey that I've been on. And I have one guide that I work with. And I've read in different places, some say we all have one guide. Others say we have, like a whole team, like a whole group of guys. My experience has been just one, so I can't really speak for, having that team. I have tried to reach out to others, but I have not been able to. So just from my experience, there is, one guide, at least one main guide that will work with you and will show up for you a lot if you are open to it. And the first time that I connected with my guide was in 2015. And the reason that I connected with my guide accidentally, because I wasn't even thinking about connecting at the time, the reason was because I was going through the lowest point in my life. I was grieving. My dad had just passed away in early December of that year. And I was absolutely devastated, and I cried like for hours a day. I was it was just a tough time. And every night I would just cry myself to sleep. And one of those nights, I remember in the middle of my crying, I was lying there and it was dark. And I suddenly felt very strongly somebody standing over me. And I looked. With my eyes, I couldn't see anybody there. But you know that feeling, right? When someone is there, like if you're working on something and maybe somebody comes up quietly behind you and you just feel that there's a presence there. So you turn around. It was like that kind of thing. Like I felt like there was somebody standing right there. And even though I couldn't see who that was, I still knew that somebody was there. And suddenly, I also felt after that like a warm, just like a warm comforter, a blanket, just being thrown over my body. And every muscle in my body just like sunk down into the mattress and just relaxed. And I stopped crying, and everything in me felt so peaceful and so calm. I just felt so soothed. And I was just like, what? Like, it was amazing. Like, I'd never felt anything like this before. And my first thought was my dad, because, I was crying over him and I was grieving. So my first thought was, oh, my dad is here, right? Like, he's in the room. He's comforting me, like, to get me through this. So I asked aloud, Dad, right? And then I heard an answer, no. And it was like, it's hard to describe. It's not like my ears heard it. It was an answer that was spoken into me, into my head or something. So I heard very clearly, no, a voice. And then I said, then who? With my voice out loud. Then who? Who is this? And then I heard the voice again say, Alea, okay? And instantly, I don't know what it was, but when I heard that name, I just knew. I was like, Alea, that is my guide. This is my spirit guide. And I had never once in my life tried to reach out to my spirit guide. I never tried to communicate. I wasn't even entirely 100% sure it was possible, but in that moment, it was possible. She came through, and I feel that she came through because I was at my lowest point and I was feeling just like so miserable, just like the deepest depths of grief and sadness and pain, that she had to show up for me. It was just like, all right, you know what? I got to come through and show her that I'm here and that she's got this and that she's supported. And that was like the biggest gift ever that I've ever received, having her show up like that. And so I will just tell you that if you are going through a really tough time in your life, you might not have a guide that, is real aggressive at showing up like mine was in that moment. Or maybe you do, but maybe you're closed off to hearing it. I just want to tell you, in those moments, like, use those moments as opportunities. That is the time. That is the time to call out to your guide, to ask for that wisdom, to ask for that guidance, because that's what our guides are here to do. They're here to support us on our life journey. They're here to help us through. All of us come here with our own set of, lessons that we are trying to learn. All of our souls are very unique, and we attract to us all of the challenges in life that we have. We attract those to us so that we can learn through them, we can grow through them, we can evolve and get to where we need to go. And our guides are going to be here to have our back and to give us, that comfort. They're always here, whispering to us, telling us, what we should do. They're also dropping little signals, little hints. Sometimes those can be easy to miss, but they're always doing it. So if we can become conscious of this, conscious of their presence, conscious of the fact that they are here for us and that they are, always giving us wisdom, always giving us that support, then we can start really developing that relationship. We can really start hearing our guides. And it's just the most beautiful thing. I mean, I can't say enough about it. It's just amazing. I wanted to give you one real tip that I found for connecting with your guide is gratitude. It's so simple, just showing that gratitude. This is how it looks like for me. When I wake up in the morning, I go to my altar and I'm excited. I'm like, another day I get to wake up, I get to go to my altar, I get to express my gratitude. It's like the best thing in the world for me, honestly. Every day I waking up with that sense of gratitude, that sense of purpose. And one of the first things I do is I actually make an offering to my ancestors, and I connect to my ancestors, to just acknowledging that I'm here because of them, acknowledging their challenges, their struggles, the things that they've experienced and gone through when they were here, and just taking that in, even though I don't know exactly what all of that is, just feeling that and having gratitude for that. And then alongside that, I reach out to my guide, to Alea, and I thank her. And I thank her for being a presence in my life and for guiding me. I light a candle for her. And I also do like a water offering for my ancestors, which it's one of the favorite parts of my day, doing that. And maybe in another video sometime, I will walk you through what my morning routine looks like. That's something I've always wanted to do. Just a little side note there. But anyway, it's just that taking that time. And you know what? That only takes, for me, that's not even a minute. It doesn't even take a minute to do that every day. So just really taking that time, carving out the time to express your gratitude for your guide, does so much. So even if you are right now in a position where you can't feel the energy of your guide, you haven't heard your guide speak to you, you haven't seen the little signs that your guide has left for you, even without all that, right? Just doing what you can and taking that time to express that gratitude for that wisdom, for that support. And, even saying too, you could even say, look, I don't, I know you're here. I might not see you, I might not feel you, I might not hear you, but I know you're here. And I know that, when the time is right, maybe we can connect. Maybe I will hear you, things like that. So just doing what feels right to you in the moment. I also want to say that, for me, just some ideas that you can play with. I also use things like the drum, just some simple drumming, and just kind of getting myself into like a trance-like state where I can just be open and communicate and hear my guide a little more. I also use tarot cards. So using tarot cards and just asking your guide to show up, asking your guides to use the tarot cards to show you what you need to know in your life right now, and just being open to whatever that wisdom is. So not really, not so much trying to control it, like asking about a specific event, although you can do that too. I'm just saying what I usually do with my guide. I'm just like, all right, tell me what I can't see, what I need to know, whatever it is, just let me know. So doing that is something that's also very powerful. The last thing that I will say also is working with channeling your guide, working yourself into a place where you're just totally open and inviting your guide to speak through you, to use your mouth to speak and just to take over, and just shutting off your mind, like just releasing all of that control and letting it go. Is really amazing, and I've had a lot of really great experiences communicating with my guide that way, just allowing her to speak. I will also say too that if you do that, you might want to get maybe your phone or something and record, because when you're in the moment, sometimes and you're channeling and the words are coming, afterward, I've had this happen so many times where I'm like, wait a minute, wait, what did she say again? That I just totally like forget, and I can only remember like one or two things. And that's because you're totally like kind of, you're just cutting, your brain out of the equation. You're cutting yourself out and you're allowing it to flow through. So it might be hard to remember. So I'm just wanted to give you that little tip to record it. And I also wanted to end by saying that I'm working on preparing a guided channeling meditation that you can actually use, listen to my voice, and then I will guide you through welcoming your guide in and allowing your guide to speak. This is a practice that I just love to do, and so I'm really excited to share it. I'm trying to share more things. I know I haven't been on YouTube lately, and I've just been so busy, and I've been working a lot, on my spiritual practice. I've been doing so much, and I'm kind of just like, now that there's just so much happening that I really, really want to share as much as I can. So I'm gonna try. I'm trying to stay a little more regular, trying to get all this, information, all of this wisdom, all these practices out to you. Because I love to share. So yes, I'll be sharing that very soon. So if you're not a subscriber yet of my channel, please subscribe, so you can check out the next video that I'm going to be posting. And if you have a way that you use to communicate with your guides, please leave it in the comments below. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. I love talking about spirit guides, and I just think that if all of us had that relationship with ours, just life is just so much easier that way. And it's just so much more fulfilling, knowing that you have that connection, knowing that you're never alone, and knowing that you have that support there all the time, all day, every day. And so, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope maybe you can use some of the tips to connect with your own guide. Please, again, keep watching my channel, and I will come back soon with a guided channeling meditation. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time.